That's the team we're gonna be.
Well, the Midwestern snows have come to Southern Ohio, and we are in for a chilly afternoon of football at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Sheds off the tackle. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here we go. Cut. 180. Cut.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Across midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. A huge play there right off the bat. 56 yards on the ground. We saw the forecast snow, didn't know how it would affect this game. Right there, the offensive ball carrier showing it's not affecting him too much.
I just remember us walking into the booth from outside. We were going very slowly, weren't we, making sure we had our footing. The offensive player always has the advantage in this situation. He knows where he's going. For the defensive guys trying to react, much tougher.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Burrow. Will look underneath and finds Brown. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here we go. 11. 180. 11. Thomas. 12. 12.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here we go. 11, MT, take. 180. Stop.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Clancy. And this one is incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Clancy. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he's going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. The defense is trying to guard those sticks and trying to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up. I think there he had to come up with his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Viking, 18.
Back to the running game with Swift. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
We'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
19, Tiger, 19.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Trap 60. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat, 60.
They're going to try and throw. He'll try to do it himself. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
One, ready? Here we go. Stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 73 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Playing cut. 11 mighty. Cut.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
11. 180. Cut.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
On 2.
Bengals, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
11 empty. 180. Stop.
They will toss to Brown. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
180. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Man open left side is Brown. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Stop.
3rd down, here's Brown. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Stop.
They'll try to run for it with Brown. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. To throw from his end zone. Clancy firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Third.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Clancy. And that is incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Come on. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Now it's Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
A 51-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2.
Get it.
Off-play action. Clancy. Dumps this one off to Algier. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago! Tyler Algier, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are back within a score.
And here on 3rd down, your number one goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him, and he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34.
At the 34-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. That's complete to Shipley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
11 MT. 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Trevino. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown, and cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where they started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Go, Reed.
Off the play fake. Clancy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
1-1.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Big 13.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
12, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Thomas, 11 empty.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Trevino. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
11, here we go, here we go. 180. 11, 11, 11, 11.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The
big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Come on, come on. 60 Bobcat, 60.
Operating from the gun. Clancy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
as soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Swift going to try up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon a running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Clancy. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here we go. Side. Right 80. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11, Mike. 12. 12.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Now be caught by Shipley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
At the 38-yard line.
11. Here we go. 11. Right 80.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
Here we go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here we go. Right 80.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Can. 11.
Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are right back in this football game. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Throwing to start the drive. Clancy. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here comes second down at 5.
Come on.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's out to the flat for Swift. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run here with Swift. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Off the bootleg. Clancy. Going to throw right side here. Complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Stop shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Stop.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he will have a Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
And the Bengals first down.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home